All right, so today we're going to talk about strength, but maybe not the kind you're picturing. We're diving into a framework for how to find your footing when everything feels, well, completely uncertain. It's really a guide for finding some steadiness when it feels like the ground has just vanished from underneath you.
And this quote, it just hits right where it needs to. This is where it all starts, doesn't it? Not when we're calm and collected, but right in the middle of the chaos. It's not about putting on a brave face or pretending you have it all figured out. No, it's about having the courage to just show up. To just be as you are, confused, shaken, and totally uncertain.
So our first section is all about this idea, a request for strength. You might think the first step on a path like this is to immediately start looking for answers, but it's not. The real first step is so much simpler and maybe harder. It's just about making a really honest request. It's about stopping, looking around, and just acknowledging where you are and what you actually need in this moment.
Think about that moment. You've just been told something that completely changes the shape of your life. And that feeling, wow, it's a weight, right? Even before you can process all the details, you just feel it. It's this presence that settles right in your chest, and it takes over your thoughts. Your entire world, your reality, it just shifts in a single heartbeat.
And it's not always this big, loud screaming thing either. It's sneaky. It just sits there, in the quiet spaces, between breaths. It seeps into everything, like a dye spreading through water. It's there in the silence when you're making coffee, or in the pauses in a conversation. Suddenly, everything feels different. It's like you're seeing the world through a new filter.
So, that leads us to the big question, doesn't it? Where do you even begin when you can't see the path forward? I mean, seriously, when the future you had all mapped out just evaporates and you can't even see your own feet, how do you start? That's really what we're here to explore today, finding that very first step.
Okay, so to find that first step, we actually have to redefine one of our most important tools. And that tool is strength. But we're about to look at it in a completely different way. Maybe a way that's totally new to you.
Okay, look at this comparison. On the one hand, you've got what we usually think of as strength, right? Pretending it's easy, hiding how you really feel, trying to solve everything all at once, and of course, doing it all alone. But look at the other side, a deeper strength. This isn't about pretending. It's about holding your fear without completely falling apart. It's not about hiding. It's about sitting with uncertainty. It's about staying present just one moment at a time. And it's not about fighting alone. It's about connection.
And this quote, it just perfectly captures the whole idea. Teach me that I can be both strong and vulnerable at the same time. This is so important. Strength and vulnerability are not opposites, they're partners. Real, true resilience comes from being able to say, yes, I am terrified or I am so sad, and still find a way to move forward. It's about being human, not some kind of superhero.
All right, so we've redefined what we're aiming for. Now let's get super practical. This next part is all about the how. We're talking about real, concrete anchors you can grab onto when everything feels like it's spinning out of control.
And we've all been here, haven't we? When your thoughts just start to spiral. Your brain jumps straight to the worst-case scenarios, playing out every terrible possibility. It's trying to protect you, I guess, but man, is it exhausting, and it doesn't give you any peace. It just spins you up with anxiety about a future that isn't even real yet.
So what's the antidote? It's this simple, powerful idea. Gently guide me back. Right now, I am here. Right now, I am breathing. Right now, I am still myself. It's a reminder that the only place we have any actual power is right here, right now. This isn't about solving everything. It's just a lifeline to pull your mind back from that scary future and anchor it in what's actually true in this very second.
And here's how you can put that into practice. It's a simple rhythm to ground you. You can do this anywhere. Just inhale and think to yourself, I am here. Then exhale and think, I can continue. That's it. Inhale, I am here. Exhale, I can continue. See? It's not about fixing the giant problem. It's just about finding your footing for this moment. And then for the next one.
Okay, we have to talk about grief for a second, because it's almost always part of this whole experience. And this definition is a game changer. Grief isn't a problem to be solved or a weakness. Think of it this way. Grief is love reacting to change. It's the most natural response in the world. It's just proof of how much you cared. It's a testament to your love.
And that's why this is so powerful. Do not rush me through it. Because if grief is love, you can't just put it on a fast-forward button. You can't skip ahead to acceptance. The request here is for the strength to just sit with it, to give yourself permission to actually feel it, without a timeline, without any shame. The real strength isn't in getting over it quickly, it's in letting yourself be in it.
So, we've redefined strength, we found some anchors, but how do we actually live with all this, day in and day out? This last section is about just that, living with uncertainty. It's about taking these ideas and weaving them into a life that has to keep going, even when you have no idea what's coming next.
When everything feels heavy, it's so easy for that heaviness to become the only thing you see. But one of the most important practices is to notice the small moments of peace. You have to actively look for them. A really good conversation, a moment you actually laugh out loud, a feeling of connection with someone, or even just a minute of calm. These things, they still exist. The darkness doesn't erase them. They count. They really, really count.
And let's just be real for a minute. The absolute hardest part of all this, it can be living in that space between what you know and what you don't, that waiting room of life, the not knowing. Living in that gray area between the old life you had and whatever this new one is going to be, man, that takes a special kind of endurance.
In this quote, this is the mindset for that in-between space. Even if I don't know everything, I can still take the next step. This is about separating action from certainty. You don't need the whole map to take one single step forward. You don't need all the answers to just show up for your life today. This moment right now is real, even if the entire future is just one big question mark.
And so we land here. This is it. This is the big idea, the ultimate takeaway. Strength does not mean you are unshaken. Let's just let that sink in. It's not about being unaffected by the earthquake. True strength, the kind that lasts, simply means that after everything has been shaken, you are still here. That's it. You're still here. And that is everything.